A little more than 2 centuries ago, the nation's forefathers decided in their remarkable wisdom to include in the United States Constitution a provision creating an electoral college that was to be the basis for a final decision after all votes were counted in each presidential election. They directed that each state would be assigned an electoral count and that all the electors would meet after each national election to cast their votes for the presidency. Now, their logic was unmistakable. If presidential elections were decided by total popular vote alone, they reasoned, a few states with the largest populations would control all elections. Now, despite criticism of the system in some quarters, the electoral system has worked extraordinarily well throughout American history, and it will continue to do so in future years. It is the fairest and the most sensible way for the nation to go on electing its future presidents. I believe all 50 states should adopt electoral systems for the election of their governors and all other state officials, and do it for exactly the same reason that our forefathers did. In virtually every state of the Union, the mass movements of voters from small rural areas to 1 or 2 of the state's largest cities have given those cities too much political control. In an electoral system, each county of the state would be assigned an electoral count, and an electoral college would be automatically created for each statewide election. As in federal elections, the result would be to ensure even-handed political control for the entire state, instead of investing it in the huge populations in the 1 or 2 biggest cities. Obviously, the creation of electoral systems in all 50 states would require constitutional amendments or constitutional conventions in all of them. No easy task. But it could be done by an aroused electorate and by support from all factions in each state, including the print and broadcast news media, all educational systems, and the business and industrial communities. Electoral systems are vitally needed to counter the continuing migration of citizens from the small towns and the rural areas to the few constantly expanding and overpopulated urban areas, a condition that has increased crime, excessive traffic, and many other problems in the big cities.